First of all, I could probably beat Marty in table tennis. I just want to start by saying
Cap.
that.
Big cap.
I just want to start by saying that me personally, I would beat him in table tennis because I'm like a well-known. What'd you say, Teach?
Yeah, he
Supreme confidence. Supreme confidence. I,
he
I, I
gonna he
love
gonna
it.
ask you to run it back as soon as y'all play too.
He is. He might beat me the second time. We might go 1-1. But I played table tennis in the Oculus. That's what y'all don't know. I'm him in table tennis in the Oculus. Anybody played table tennis in the Oculus before?
I
Teach.
have.
Okay, are you good? Is it hard?
No, I'm really bad, but just because you play it in Oculus don't mean
No,
you can
bro,
play
I'm
it.
telling you, bro.
That's not the
What do you
same.
say about watching UFC?
That's different
How is that different?
because that it's very different. Oculus is happening in virtual reality. People in the UFC get slammed. That's happening in real life. The physics are the
No,
same.
what do you say about your experience in the UFC? You
Well,
think you could do what you see on the UFC?
not all of it, but enough of it to be dangerous. That's all.
The Japanese dude would probably cook me. But no one else would cook me in that movie. Marty don't want none of this at any time. On top of that, how is y'all's 2026? Cheech, how's your 2026 so far? It is the first What We Watch chat. It's not on a Wednesday. I'm going to tell you why it wasn't on a Wednesday in just a moment. Go ahead, Cheech.
But we move. It'll get better.
It'll get better. AC Cool, how is your 2026 so far? Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm happy to finally be here. It's off to a good start.
Okay.
I've only seen one movie so far. It's Marty Supreme, so I'm happy to be a part of this.
Okay. You
You
have
know,
seen no other movies this year.
no other movies in the
Okay. Okay.
past
Well,
week. Past week, no.
okay. We'll talk about that. Elmo, I see you. Welcome to What We Watch. Hey, Rated R. I'm inviting everyone to come up and speak. Tej can also bring you up as well. So happy What We Watch Thursday. Shout out to What We Watch TV. Please follow, subscribe, and do all of the things. We are starting today because I got braces yesterday, Invisalign. But I took them off for this chat because otherwise I would get cooked constantly about my lisp. But if you see any kind of like stuff on my teeth, that is the glue, the little things, bonds or whatever for the braces. So yesterday I beat my ass pretty bad, but I'm back today, and we will be back every Wednesday, if not Sunday. If this, because we got some great TV shows coming up. We've got Industry HBO. We've been chatting Industry HBO since the beginning. We are day ones. I'm glad the rest of y'all are here. The pit comes back tonight or tomorrow. So my crush Noah Weil is gonna be back on screen. Y'all be hating. But today we're talking about Marty Supreme. Timothy Chalamet. Safdie, is it Josh Safdie, correct? Josh Safdie. One of the Safdie brothers, you may know them from Uncut Gems, which is a movie that a lot of people compare Marty Supreme to. TJ, what were your expectations going in? Because, like, what did you know about the movie?
Schools and people were talking about it being one of the best movies of the year for months. And given it was a Christmas release, there were months of hype. That doesn't necessarily always mean that the movie you're going to sit down and have that same experience as they did. But my expectations were pretty high. I love Uncut Gems. Like I cannot say enough good things about that film. And I like their style. I even like the other brother also made the Smashing Machine. I think I like the
Ben Safdie, Benny?
Yeah, Benny made the Smashing Machine, and I think I like the Smashing Machine more than most people. I didn't like think it was a perfect movie or anything, but I enjoyed it for what it was. So I pay attention when they make films. I also like Good Times, so like they make good films to me. But more than like they make good films, I think they make really interesting casting decisions throughout, like up and down the call sheet. I think they make really interesting casting decisions, and I just love I am big on Chalamet. Dune 2 showed me everything I need to know about Chalamet, and everything he's done since, to me, has been good. Even A Complete Unknown, which I think is a pretty boring movie about a boring artist.
But Tim is him? didn't
I
it?
like what Chalamet does. I like what he brings to the
Okay,
screen. So I
okay,
was excited to. So my hype level was pretty high going in.
okay. Please acknowledge my braces. Congratulations to me.
Congratulations on the braces.
Thank you, thank you. Henry, going in, how did you feel about this movie? Like, was it hyped up? Were you like, nah, I don't know? Or how did you feel going in?
I'm all in on Timmy C. He's him, and I'm kind of all in on the Safdies too. Like I've kind of noticed that I think they specialize in what I would like to call anxiety cinema,
Okay.
like very stressful films. Like Uncut Gems. Is Adam Sandler gonna get is all his bets gonna cover? Even
Hmm.
Good Time. Like you know. So yeah, I'm kind of all in on the Safdies now at this point too. So I had some high expectations, and I was thoroughly surprised and enjoyed this film.
Good deal, good deal. AC Cool, talk to me.
All right, for sure. So I actually did not know that that they also did Uncut Gems. I loved Uncut Gems.
Oh,
I from start to finish.
yeah.
And this was the first time I practiced Monique's tactic of not watching a trailer before seeing the
Yeah.
movie. So like I barely caught the marketing. I saw the ping pong ball. It looked like a Dragon Ball Z, like
Oh my gosh, it
the Dragon Ball
does.
Z, like like the balls that they have to collect, the Dragon balls.
Oh
I thought
shit,
it was
you're
a
right. I
Dragon
didn't even
ball.
think of that. How did I not think of that? You're so right.
I thought it was a Dragon Ball, and then it wasn't until like 2 minutes before the movie, my boy was like, "Oh, it's about ping pong." I was like, "Ping pong," and I was in it. I was locked in. I was very
I
tired
love
that day.
that.
Started at 11 p.m. Got out at 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. Didn't fall asleep once. We'll get into it more, but I was hooked. I was locked in,
I
and I loved it.
I know that's right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the never watching a trailer before a movie, especially not no Marvel movies, but unless it's like Megan 2.0, I'll watch the trailer because I'm probably not watching the movie. One thing Teach is gonna do and Blah is gonna do is send me a trailer, and they know I'm not gonna watch it, but they send it to me anyways. Teach don't 100 that. My first feelings going in, number one, to Teach's point, man, I went to a Q&A for The Smashing Machine with The Rock and Emily Blunt. First things first, Emily Blunt is her. Okay. She's also my favorite movie, Sicario. One of my favorite movies, Sicario. I think we kind of sleep on Emily Blunt. So, Tej, when you talk about casting decisions, number one, these people be casting their friends. Number one, low key. So like they be up there. But even like the expansive cast, like I think it's a great point that you made about the call sheet and stuff because The Rock, a lot of people, struggle taking The Rock seriously, even though he's the highest paid actor as of last year, I think it was. And now I think Zoe just came back with obviously Avatar, Fire and Ash, some of my faves. But so I watched The Smashing Machine. I think it's very important. AC Cool, you didn't know that it was Uncut Gems. I want to be very clear, and I think just as an artist, I want to like clarify this. The Safdie brothers make a lot of movies together. These are each their feature directorial debuts separately. So the Smashing Machine comes out. It's a movie about I forget his name. I think his name is Mark something. What's his name? One of
Mark
y'all know.
Coleman.
Mark Coleman. And Mark Coleman was at the Q&A that I was at as well. And then now we're talking Marty Supreme. And so it's been really, really fun to kind of see them both separately do their thing on screen. And it is always Uncut Gems. So for me, Tim is him. I'm not new to Timothy Chalamet. Is everyone in the chat new to Timothy Chalamet outside of me and Teach? Like, and those of you that are watching later on, like, is this new for you for Timothy? Henry, are you in on Timothy Chalamet? Is it more so? I think he's very endearing off screen too, which I think people underestimate how helpful that is.
Oh, he's been crushing it on this press tour, by the way. My
Yep.
goodness. But oh no, I've been in on Timmy since Interstellar. What y'all know about that? Oh,
Okay then. See, don't nobody know about that one. Don't nobody talk about that one. Tej, you've been in on Timmy since.
Well, since Interstellar, even though that film is mid, but there was
I
a
will boot
time
you
when I
into.
watched. I will say when I watched Dune one, I was like,
Yeah.
to me that was his like, okay, is this guy a movie star moment? And I was like, uh, can't really tell. Don't love this film. Really bored by it. So it took a while. I didn't watch Wonka, which made big money at the box office, and
Hmm.
so I just knew, that he was one of the guys that were getting put in the positions. But then when I walked out of Dune 2, I was like, all right, like I'm buying all the stock up. I think this guy is a bona fide movie star, and everything he's
Really?
done on and off screen has kind of been given that same energy. I like that he pops up on College Game Day. I like that he pops up at the Knicks
Right.
games. He knows what he's talking about, and he's like a super endearing kind of guy. And there's obviously some synergy between the Marty Supreme energy that he's been giving on the press run and the
Yes.
actual Chalamet energy that he gives all the time. And I just think it's just like a home run casting decision if you're making this film to cast him in that role.
I fucking agree. And how do we feel about his lover too? We'll get into that. But AC Cool, is this your intro to Tim? Because I've been hearing that a lot lately, and I'm
Which
like,
one?
oh, I didn't know.
It is not my intro to Tim. I did see Interstellar.
Okay.
Haven't watched any of his other movies, but like he's been the coolest white boy for like the past 2.5 years. I mean, he killed it on SNL. If you've ever watched his performances, he's been on SNL like at least twice as a host, as a doing this thing. He's funny. He did a promo for the Super Bowl with Kendrick, so he was like, he's the cool white boy. He's like Tommy Egan. Like, he's accepted by the culture. I feel like,
Come
I think
on,
he's
power
understood.
reference. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
power reference.
So he
So
got the finesse, he got the charisma. Like, I'm gonna support him from here on out and go back on the other movies.
I think I'm really excited about movies this year in 2026, especially given that Tim is like giving that energy that everyone needs to give. And I think her name is Odessa Azion. Odessa Azion, is that her name? The love interest in the film, who's apparently a nepo baby.
There's two love
Um,
interests.
well, what men don't? What men don't have the two love interests? We love Gwyneth Paltrow quite a bit. I was really excited to see her back on screen. But I'm talking about the woman he got pregnant to start the movie. Spoiler alert. But such a cool scene. Like, I don't even feel like that's a spoiler because the way they show it is just freaking beautiful. Tej, what makes Timmy different? Like, what did you like about him in the movie? Because I can't quite put my finger on what he does right now. All I can really formulate is that he's fucking good, which I think the rebirth of the movie star, we need to like establish that. And I think that's all it is. Like, because we have the Tom Cruises, the Leos, the Robert De Niro's, the Al Pacinos, the all of that. But like, Tim has something that I can't even quite define. I feel like I could define theirs. What makes Timmy stand out for you? Or the Safdie brothers just know how to do it? Because if we're comparing Uncut Gems, we're comparing Adam Sandler as a lead to Timothy Chalamet. Adam Sandler's been doing this longer than I've been alive. So like, what makes Tim really shake like that? Tej, you're muted.
Well, I think it's he's gonna got a little bit of everything, but there's no like one thing that he's got that puts him
Yeah.
like he's better at this than everybody else.
You
But
feel me?
he's
Yeah.
got the requisite, like he's a small guy, but he can give like tough guy energy, not quite like I'm gonna whoop your ass energy, but like I'm willing to take a beating to make a point kind of energy. He can be charming. Like in this movie, he's kind of like like he's got to have some sex appeal. He's got to have a lot of swag. He like they keep saying he's the white boy of the year. Like he gives off a certain amount of swag that a movie star kind of has to give off to
Mm.
make you believe whatever the hell's happening around him when it relates to the opposite sex. He's just kind of, and he's got big New York energy, like huge New York energy. And Marty Supreme might be the most New York energy character that has ever been rendered on a movie screen. So like
Ooh, that's a big statement.
the fact that he's got that, like Adam Sandler is not from New York. So when you're watching Uncut Gems, it's very impressive, even more because you feel that New York energy, despite the fact that Adam Sandler himself is not from New York. Well, Timmy is actually from New York. Like he's giving New York energy. It is seeping from his bones at all times. And so to kind of manifest that part of his personality and that part of his
Yeah.
history for a role like this is just it's just amazing.
Yeah, I love a New York man, and I think that's a great point. I think he just is crazy. It feels like we're in like 2000 what 11, but like he does just have a lot of swagger. But I want to celebrate like the writing, the wardrobe, and the motherfucking soundtrack. I wonder if it would even be like hard to fail in this role. Not to take away anything from Timmy, because he was perfect for it. But like, I can tell you why I love Kate Blanchett. I can tell you why I love Emily Blunt. I can tell you why I love Nikki Bihari. I can tell you why I love a lot of actors and what they do better than others. The Denzels of the world, everything like that. But Timmy, like I don't know what it is, and maybe TJ, that's what it is. Like maybe it's his swag on screen, but then it makes me want to know like in other roles, what is his star power? Henry, what do you think? Like what were you like what made him good in the movie? Like why are we all so confident?
I think it's, I'm very enamored by characters that are, they're somewhat despicable people, but whether it's through the writing or the acting, you still find yourself rooting for them
Mm,
somehow. And in regards to like Timmy as an actor, I think I don't know what speech it was he gave where he was like very self-aware about like why he acts and why he does what he does. Like he wants to be the best. Like he
yep.
talked about it like he's an athlete. Like he talks about wanting to be the GOAT, like Viola Davis and all these other actors that he
Yeah.
admires. And I think that really endears him like when you're watching him because you're really like, okay, wow, like he really wants to learn guitar for 5 years to play Bob Dylan. Like he really wants to play ping pong and look like he's a formidable tennis player. So I think when you combine all those things, like you're just
Mm.
in from the word go. It doesn't matter what he's doing.
I mean, I like that you reference again what he did off screen, and that's why I think it's like coloring a lot of what we're saying. But like to your point about Viola Davis, if you're looking to Viola Davis, she can give a master class in acting, right? Like she has the voice, the facial expressions, the body language, the line memorization, the delivery, the beats. Like she is a true actor's actor. Like she got it down. Like there's no matter what she's shining, outshining everyone on screen with her in every scene. And so when you're aspiring to that, like that's big. Like if you can go from Interstellar to Dune to Marty Supreme, like Marty Supreme was a very unique role. Dune, it doesn't matter if you're from New York or not. But I think, this was really written so fucking well that like you can kind of just like ride the dialogue and the story to the end and you just got to be locked in, really. AC Cool, what do you think? What is it about? Is it just the white boy energy off the screen too? Like what was it about this movie that you were like, is it just the movie that you loved or was it 10?
I mean, it's a combination. I think this is is it Magnus Opus? Is that what you call it?
Magnum
Like the
opus?
Magnum Opus. This is the role that I think he was meant to play. I think
Magnus? Magnum.
I think it's Magnum. Magnum. Like you mentioned Adam Sandler did a great job with Uncut Gems, not being a New Yorker, but he had us. We believed he was a New Yorker. With Timothy, I think he embodies the culture. Like someone said earlier, he's always at
Mm.
the Knicks games. He's a New Yorker through and through. Like I do think that if somebody else played this role, we probably still would have enjoyed the movie based off the writing. But it's
Yep.
like I don't even want to. I can't imagine anybody else, even though people could have done it. But I think it was a great actor, mixed with great writing, gave us a great result.
I've seen a lot of tweets lately about Marty Supreme, and not one of y'all is really talking about this soundtrack. Where y'all like, and maybe it's just so cohesive that it didn't stick out enough to anyone else. But I'm like, we start off with bangers. And then second act, we still got bangers. And then the third act, we still got bangers. Like what they did with sound, which is what they did with sound in Uncut Gems, was so fucking fun. It's not just anxiety because of the writing and what's happening on screen. It's about what you're hearing too, that's like coloring what you feel. And I encourage y'all all to like go like get the soundtrack and like just listen to it. It's so fucking New York and it's so fun. And I think the time period also colored a lot about it. Tej, what did you love about the music there? Like, were you ever at any point like, oh shit, they cooking right now with this music?
Yeah, I found myself thinking that a lot, and just the
Yeah,
concept of putting a movie set in the '50s to a soundtrack that sounds
in
like
New
it's from
York.
the '80s is just a really like
Yes.
it's like a brain like it's a brain worm you can't get rid of. It's like this like none of this music is contemporary, but this music is the best decision for the movie. Like the '80s
Yes.
music gives the movie the vibe that you want it to have, but the movie's set in the '50s, and that kind of
And you're
clash
watching it in
was amazing
2025,
for me.
2026.
Yeah, I really like that. That's one of my favorite things about the movie.
I think that might be Josh's like strong suit. I think I got to give it to Josh. Smashing Machine was also very good. Again, we've got your male protagonist fighting for what he truly believes, and when Tim gives that monologue, I mean, he cooks to Odessa while she's like, no disrespect, but like I'll have a higher calling, and like I gotta lock in. Whole time he just wanted to go beat somebody in Japan real quick and then lay on the floor for a little bit. Um, but he has a higher con. So that is also kind of shown in the Smashing Machine where a male protagonist is like balancing work, dreams, and everything versus like a woman that like he cares for, but like love is difficult because it's like I love something so much more than I love you. And you saw that in Smashing Machine as well. And you also honestly also saw it in Uncut Gems. But I love because one of the what we watch pillars is every film is a romance. And I don't care, you can say any movie, it doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna end on a very romantic scene where the movie wasn't like the movie's about table tennis and we end with him crying looking at his baby after like this woman that he cheated on and like treated like shit for like the entire movie. And so I think it's really fucking cool that Josh is able to put like so much beautiful sounds in it to take us through that journey. And not that he even needed it, but I think that's something that really stuck out for me. Henry, what songs and stuff? I think you ended up sending me like the soundtrack. What songs stick out for you in the movie?
I mean, when Forever Young hits at the beginning, I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of different. And then of course they end with Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which is also a very poignant song to end
Exactly.
that
Like,
particular movie. I'm like, what is happening here? And it's like they could have easily went and grabbed like who,
yep.
Nicholas Britell or somebody and make it super classical and orchestral, but man, the choice to
No shade to my guy Nicholas. He's
I
him.
mean, no shade. He's
Yeah.
an
But
amazing composer, but they
yeah,
could
like
have
he's
went
perfect. Yeah.
really. They could have went by the numbers, run of the mill orchestral score, but
Exactly.
it's very reminiscent of like maybe like the Social Network score with like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Yes. Good
That
call. Yes. Good fucking call.
that's
Yeah.
the vibe it gave me. But yeah, totally smashed it out the park with the score.
AC Cool, you're in the music business. I hope you have something great to say about this film and the music. Like, how did you feel?
I did obviously love the Forever Young and Everyone Wants to Rule the World. I'm actually gonna go back and rewatch the movie just to focus on the soundtrack because I was locked into the writing and what it meant to me and what it meant to me as a person who's trying to focus on his dreams while navigating romance
Yes.
and family. But shame on me as an artist. I'm gonna listen to the soundtrack tonight. I'm gonna rewatch the movie. But I was just so locked into the writing and just the tenacity of a guy who would let nothing, even the birth of
Right.
his child, get into his way.
Right. Tej, I love that. No, no, it's cool. I mean, I've watched it twice already, so I'm not even mad at you. It's so fucking fun. It's the marks of a great movie is that you can watch it at any time again and you're having the time of your life. You're having a ride. So much fucking happened. Tej, what was some of your favorite scenes? I kind of, Gwyneth was so fucking good, but like I didn't walk away thinking about her. And I wonder, like, I've been thinking about that a bit. Like, even on the second run, she like mattered even less. She was kind of just like a filler for him, not in the movie, but in the story. And I was like, but she was so great. And but they were just like fun scenes. They felt like fun side scenes. And I'm still processing that. But what are some of your favorite scenes?
I've seen it twice as well, and what really stuck out to me the second time is the moment he gets back to New York, when he goes on tour with the Globetrotters after he loses
Oh, great
in
scene.
London, when he gets back to New York and he hands his mom the piece of the pyramid, it's like 20 minutes of the most insane film that you've ever seen.
Correct.
And that is the most uncut gems ass energy that you get from the movie. A lot happens in this movie, like you said, like a lot, like a whole lot happens in this movie.
So
It's
much.
kind of the opposite of the smashing machine where nothing happens. That's not an insult. Like that's
Yeah.
just the pace of the movies.
Yep.
Uh it is an assault on the senses. In that 20 minutes, he gets home, he goes in the shower. All of a sudden, he's about to get arrested, but because the uncle fake arrest, but he can tell his uncle really loves him. I love that scene. Then he pops out. He sees old girl. She's pregnant. There's a fucking aardvark in the scene, just randomly happening. All of a sudden, he's getting yelled at
It's an
because her
armadillo.
armadillo, sorry, armadillo's in the scene. And then all of a sudden, her husband is mad and yelling at him. The cops are coming, so he's got to run away. He's running through trash cans. He ends up meeting at the hotel.
With Tyler
They
the
get to the
Creator.
hotel. There's a dog. There's Todd the Creator. All of a sudden, the bathtub falls through the fucking ceiling, and like that stretch of the movie
Yeah.
is just pure insanity. And then you go into the bowling alley scene, which I also really like, and that is easily my favorite stretch of the movie. It is just
It's
so it's like it's perfect the way that it's shot, the way that it's cut, the way that it's scored. It's just giving such frenetic energy. And I love it. I just love it.
A friend of mine said that they don't like they were really uncomfortable in Uncut Gems, and I was like, well, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
that's the point.
yeah, and they were like, well, I don't know if I want to like go through that again, and I was like, damn, and so I started to think, I was like, which movie is more chaotic? That scene puts it like right up there with Uncut Gems. We just got a different Uncut Gems ending. Spoiler alert, pause it here, fast forward with the, ending of Adam Sandler getting cooked. But I was like, damn, like I don't know. Like if you don't want that feeling of Uncut Gems, can I say this movie is not as frenetic and chaotic and discomforting? Because you know that meme where you have to lean forward in the chair? When that fucking tub fell through, I was like, yo, what? And I leaned forward. I was like, what is happening? And I love that. I go to the movies to get the fuck away from all this bullshit that we're always in, Shout out to movie theaters, we're cooking. But like, and that's what I need in a movie. Like, I completely lost myself. By that time, I was like, what the fuck? Tyler the Creator, taxis, fucking dogs, fucking, tubs falling through the fucking ceiling. I can't even talk. Like, it was so much going on. And then like that there's the crux. There's a Northern Star for Marty Supreme, and he just has to beat this motherfucker. And Anthony, to your point, I've never related to anything more. I'm like, no, I get it. Like you're not paying attention. Like, I have to cook this nigga. Like I have to beat him in table tennis. He's not me. And I've never felt like shout out to all the problematic, chaotic, narcissistic motherfuckers, fuck us, but also we be having some points sometimes, okay? We're not narcissists. We just have some tendencies to make sure that we follow our dreams, be a little fucking, delusional and chaotic and like, tunnel vision. And I think when he was saying that monologue to the Odessa, I forget her name in the movie. I was like, honestly, I understand, my guy. And maybe that's just the power of movies, but I was like, I get it. Henry, what was one of your favorite scenes of the movie? And about everything I just said about like, did you feel him? We ain't got a lot.
I mean, at its core, this is a sports movie. This is a
Yep.
sports film through
Talk
and
about it.
through. And I have to go with the final match with Endo at the end. I mean, we've all been there. Like, nah, nigga, this was not a real game. Like, run it back. Like, if we run it back, what will happen? That's what I need.
We have
Everything.
all said that before since we were children. Nah,
Yeah.
nigga, you run it back.
Yeah, let's play for real. Like I know AC was talking about the score. Like pull up that soundtrack and pull up the real game. Like that's what this movie is all about.
I fuck with that. And AC Cool, what do you think?
All right, real quick. So I gotta say real quick, Tyler killed all of his scenes. I wish he would have
Oh my
came
god.
back. That's the first point. In the
Yes.
final game when he's going against the Japanese guy, and it's like he catches up and it's like a tie, and Kevin O'Leary goes up to him and he was like, "Hey, I've seen dozens of you. I'm a fucking vampire. I've been around for a long time." And he's like,
Yeah.
if you win this game, it's over for you." And Timothy's just like laughing in his face. I'm like, this guy is fucking locked. He doesn't give a fuck about nothing. He wants to just cook this guy. Um, and then the very, very, very last thing I want to say about Gwyneth Paltrow, I hear you. I think her character was special. She was somebody who
Me
was,
too.
she was so successful, then kind of fell off a little bit. But when she had her showcase, her like, her play, and she
Yes.
did her first opening lines, and the crowd like applauded for her because it was like, oh, she's back. She had like a smile on her face where she kind of like broke character. It was like she's like happy to be back in the spotlight, and I was like, oh, this feels so realistic, so special. She's glad
I
the audience is
love
back.
that
So that was the time I thought she shined. But yeah,
for
just a few of those
sure.
things. A few of those things.
I thought she shined having sex in the park and getting caught. That was great. That felt real. We don't get to see that a lot, and that's fun. And then like her character kind of like fades out because this is not a movie about him like that. She just was a stepping stone for him, And I love that they maintained her brilliance in that. Like, you're not a 57-year-old woman is, or 57, 6, however old she is, right? She's not going to be stupid over a child. Like, similar to Kevin O'Leary's character saying, like, I'm a vampire, bro. I've seen 17,000 of you. Like, I love the scene where she was like, no, let me guess. You tried to sell my costume jewelry, and that's why you trying to give it back, motherfucker. Like, I know better than this. So I like that they maintained this kind of like there was no misogyny towards her. It was just like everyone around her is terrible, but she's completely aware of it. I think it's really fucking important to write women like that and to say like I can fuck who I want, I can do stupid stuff, but like we don't have to like thinly veil misogyny that she's a victim of. Like she was accountable, it feels like throughout the entire movie. And I think that's just fucking cool. Like this movie was not about her, but that character was so well written to me. And I think Gwyneth Paltrow, it was very meta because I was like, I'm so glad to see her on screen in this way again too. Like, at a, I guess we'll call it a blockbuster, right? And so I was just like, this is very meta. This is very dope. My favorite scene had to be every scene in a car. First of all, it's very New York to be in like that kind of car and in a taxi. And I just think it's so cool to like preserve that cultural, thematic, symbolic. Like if there's a taxi scene in a movie, I'm not thinking of any other city outside of New York, right? And so I think every fucking car scene, from the time they were in there with the dudes driving to the dude's house to go get his dog and they got lit up, like that was incredible, to the times where every time we're sitting in the taxi with Tyler the Creator, they're escaping the dudes. We get the dog with the explosion in the background running. So fucking random. But whoever made that decision to keep that scene, I love you so much. That was such an important scene in the movie. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Marty Supreme, you cool or whatever. But that dog running away from the explosion and the fires, chef's kiss. I want that in every movie. So that was some of my favorite. That was some of my favorite stuff. Like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like every car scene, there's one car scene that, as a director and a filmmaker, he's talking to Kevin O'Leary's character and he's raising the window and he raises the window up and he's like, dude, just like this was my fucking idea, like let's fucking do it, let's go, right? He's on his like last hoorah to kind of win and go play the Japanese guy. And they do a really fucking cool thing where the sound, where you hear him, you hear Tim's character like talking outside of the car, and then you hear it like muffled while he's in the car. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but they switch like 3 or 4 times, and it's so much fun because like he sounds different and you can kind of just like get his character's perspective versus a nigga just listening to this like absolutely insane chaotic man like obsessed with this one thing that actually means nothing. And I think that's what's cool. TJ, what did you think about the story and the message of this movie? Because like I have my thoughts, and I think it's a very fucking important message, and it's something that the Safdie brothers tend to do constantly. I don't know if we're like honest and open about it, but TJ, what do you think this message was before we wrap up?
I really like the fact that Marty Supreme is kind of a morally, let's just say, great character. I like that. I
I'm into
think that
that.
most sports movies we watch are either literally about a hero or a villain. Like it's gonna fall in one or the other, and they're gonna do little things to make you like or hate this character. And I think I like that Marty is just like, look, you love him, you hate him, he has the will to push forward and he has the work ethic, and you know that that is the kind of energy that this movie is giving because you rarely ever see him playing table tennis outside of the actual matches. Like there's the scene in
Yes.
the or if he's hustling, right? So if you take out the hustling in the matches, there's like one training scene. There isn't like a training montage in this movie. So it is a sports movie, but they're trying to show you his work ethic and his strive to win isn't
Yes.
just based on going and practicing and sweating and doing like his drive to win is
He just
applying
believes
to
it.
every part of his life. Every part of his life, he's got this drive to win in, and I think that it's trying to give that just basically the saying like this is what it takes to be successful, and he's not
Yes.
successful at the end of the movie. He's not successful in the way he wanted to be success, like in the way that he thought that he was going to be successful. But you could tell when he sees his kid for the first time and he's crying, you could tell like this is success to me. Like I have arrived where I would needed to arrive. I've had to go through all my trials and tribulations, but now that I've made it here, I am successful, and I think that's just such a cool story to tell and a message to convey.
Absolutely, I fully agree. Henry,
Um, Irrational confidence will get you quite far if you just really believe yourself, believe in yourself, and if you're kind of low key willing to, fuck over a couple people to get where you
correct.
want to go.
That was a
I mean,
very, very, very big theme of the movie.
it's a harsh message, but man, is it ever real? Like, and it really hit me when what's Tyler's character's name? Wally, when they're coming back and the car's fucked up, and Marty's being a sleazeball and be like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna pay you back when I get back from Tokyo." And we've all been there where you're just like, "Bro, just close my door, bro. Like, just
Get the fuck away, bro. Like,
just close
bro,
my
you done pissed me off, bro. I had a good time. I'm not like I clearly wanted to do this with you and had a good time, but just fuck off.
just close my door.
Brian Cox, fuck off.
Fuck off."
Fuck off. AC Cool, what do you think the message was?
Yeah, I mean, nobody can see. People might be able to see your vision, but no one can experience it like you can. It's simple as that. Like, we all
Facts.
knew what he wanted, but he could taste it. He could smell it. He was a dog. And the scene that always comes back to me was when his girlfriend got like, shot or hurt and she was bleeding and she was begging for him to stay at the hospital to, just be there for her. And even though she was begging him, and most people would probably stay, I knew in that moment that he was getting on that plane to Japan. He was
the
leaving.
the
He
way
was
the
leaving. He
camera
didn't.
lingers on his face as he's contemplating the
Thank you.
decision, it's like, bro,
Thank
he's
you.
gone. He's gone.
It's
Out of there.
undeniable that he's going. It's undeniable. And I'm like, I was like, if I was in that situation, I would like stay for my girl. Like she's bleeding. But he's like, nah, the doctor's got
Nah,
you,
that's
the
that's
nurses got
that's
you.
why you're not locked into your
I'm on this
dream, my
plane.
boy, because life happens. You gotta be
Yeah,
locked in.
I
You gotta be
I
locked in,
guess
my
so. I
boy.
guess so. And clearly he came back and she was still happy to see him. So I guess you're right. You're right.
You gotta lock in. I mean, yeah, if she dies, this is a different movie. This is a movie, If she well, yeah, I think all of you are right. I think what Teach says about being morally gray, like it's so interesting, but like I fully agree. I think when I was watching The Smashing Machine, when you watch Uncut Gems too, there's such good writing that you're like, damn, this is genuinely like if you were on the other end of Marty Supreme, you would be like, fuck that guy. Like in real life, you'd be like, fuck that guy. That guy's a fucking lunatic. Stay the fuck away from him, blah, blah, blah. But when you're watching it like from our lens, you're like, well, he's not like a bitch. Like if you actually do need something, like he'll fuck with you, like he'll be there for you like 80% of the way, maybe 70%, and like when he's like trying to plead with people, you kind of have a little bit of sympathy, or maybe that was just me. You're like, the nigga just want to play table tennis, bro. Like he's not even trying to do anything nefarious. He's trying to get money to go play table tennis. And like just saying that out loud is like the message is clear. Like, you might have to fuck a few people over. They'll be fine. You might have to like borrow and steal some money. It's a
But
terrible
I'm
thing.
I'm gonna pay you when I get back.
But
You know what
like, I got you. Like,
I'm
and that's why I think the moral grayness is so important because it's like I know, like, when someone's tunnel vision, when he just wants to win a match, and the Safdie brothers tend to do this, and this is what I wanted to hit on. I think all of y'all got it together. I just want to bring it all together. The Safdie brothers do that. Every one of their stories, like, just know, Monique is saying it right now. Miss Petrina on What We Watch. Happy What We Watch Thursday. The Safdie brothers, your male protagonist is not going to succeed in the way that he wants. 100% no. He's probably going to fail. It's going to be 100% no. And so you have to know that, but you have to see like what is success really to the Safdie brothers? What is success really? Is it family, relationships? Is it, because all of the ending scenes, like shit does not go well for our protagonists. It does not go well for our leads every time. But they have these wins in these moments and they have these moments of like clarity and comfort that they kind of do kind of make their goals. It's like, what at the high energy at the end of the movie where he's like, fuck yeah, yeah. Just by the way, he's not even gonna fucking let me play in the fucking championship, the game that matters, right? But like at least on camera, my ops have failed. And that's very important. As long as you cook your ops, it don't really matter the environment. That's the message to me. It don't really matter the environment. It don't really matter what happened, how you got there. None of that shit really matters. As long as your ops get cooked and you stick to your vision, You can win, and you will win, and let them
Amen.
motherfuckers know. Run it back. Like anybody that doesn't believe in you, sometimes anybody that doesn't believe in you, sometimes you have to like lock in on them. Your haters can fuel you. People that tried you, people that tried to embarrass you, people that got you in magazines across Japan and New York looking trash, you're on their ass. And even if that means, leaving your girl that got shot. Okay? That real quick, let me handle this because my ops is over there, and I'm not letting my ops cook me. Like I'm going in, and I think it's very endearing in the most chaotic way. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I gotta put my braces back on. I can only be off for like an hour at a time, and I think I've like kind of gone to that time. So thank you so much. Happy What We Watch Thursday. We're back next week. Lock into the pit. Lock into industry HBO. I am not convincing anyone, unfortunately, to talk about Avatar Fire and Ash. I don't appreciate that, but that's
I'm good. We,
okay.
we we good off that.
I know.
CGI
I am
Pocahontas.
failing miserably in that. I might Marty
CGI
Supreme,
dances
y'all
with wolves.
motherfuckers. I might
Wait,
over Fire and Ash.
side note, side note. I was curious about this on the Marty Supreme. Did we think any aspect or how much of the ping pong playing was CGI, if at all?
A lot of it.
A
Quite a
lot of
bit.
it.
Heck,
Okay,
it
okay,
was just it was cut so well. And I don't know if it was all CGI, but I think it was cut so well that like you're just seeing like some hits at times and then, a little
hmm
bit of a sprinkle of some effects. I like
okay. I
calling them
figured so.
effects.
All right, all right. I agree.
But they did a great job though, right? Like you never really like came out of the movie because of it. Like
Thank you.
you knew because like like they made table tennis look like freaking like
It was
Anime.
pretty
NBA.
seamless to me.
Yeah, they made it look like NBA basketball to me. Real Olympic type shit. I was like, no, maybe I'll go to a table tennis. That's kind of slept on too. How they like showed the audiences and how very meta like Timothy's personality at the tables was like also like how he got so many people to watch. He's like, it's the number one growing sport and da 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 da. Like I think that's so fucking cool. So thank y'all so much. Happy What We Watch Thursday. We'll be back later. Ciao.